There are men she meets and forgets. And then there's the one she never gets over. Not because he begged for her attention, not because he chased her, but because his presence left an echo in her soul, a silence too loud to replace. Listen carefully, because if you understand this, you'll never have to chase love again. FD1, the man who controls his emotions, he doesn't react, he responds. There's a difference. The average man is quick to anger, quick to speak, quick to lose control. But a man of discipline pauses. He understands that silence can wound deeper than shouting ever could. When she provokes him, he doesn't rise to the bait. When she tests his patience, he remains still like stone in the storm, because he knows something most men don't control is power. When a woman feels your calm in her chaos, she senses safety and mystery. Your composure unsettles her because it's rare. Most men crumble when emotions rise, but you stay centered, grounded, untouchable. You see, emotion is energy. When you let her dictate your energy, you lose authority over yourself. But when you master your emotions, you lead not just her, you lead your world. She will test you, not out of cruelty, but instinct. Every woman tests to see if a man is anchored or adrift. If your emotions control you, she loses respect, even if she never says it. But if you remain steady, calm, and unshaken, she remembers. Because composure is not weakness. It's quiet dominance. It's the kind of strength that doesn't need to announce itself. It's the power of restraint, the ability to say, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. A woman never forgets the man who could have exploded, but chose silence instead, who could have begged, but chose dignity instead. He doesn't chase validation, he commands it. And that is emotional mastery, the foundation of true masculine power. Paragraph 2, the man who has purpose beyond her, he's not lost in her eyes, he's focused on his mission. That's what separates men who are remembered from men who are replaced. She may admire your charm, your looks, your touch, but she'll respect your direction. A man with a mission radiates a quiet intensity. He's not distracted by temporary emotions or validation. He's building, creating, becoming. His energy is devoted to progress, not approval. He's a man in motion, and motion commands attention. When a woman feels that purpose within you, she knows she can't be the center of your universe, and that makes her want to be part of it. You see, women don't fall in love with men who chase them. They fall for men chasing something bigger, a vision, a legacy. A dream that doesn't depend on anyone's love or permission, because purpose gives a man gravity. It makes his presence feel real. When you have direction, every word, every action, every silence has weight. He doesn't orbit around her. He builds his own world, and she feels the pull of that world. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. A man who knows why he wakes up every morning is a man no one can manipulate. Even if she leaves, his mission remains. Even if the world turns on him, he continues to move, because his heart is loyal to his purpose, not his distractions. A woman never forgets that kind of man, the one who made her feel small, not by diminishing her, but by standing tall in the shadow of something greater than love itself, purpose, the 3 The man who walks away with dignity. When she disrespects him, he leaves. No drama, no revenge, no pleading, just quiet distance. Because a man who values himself doesn't argue for his worth. He doesn't beg for love that's already fading. He doesn't fight for a seat at a table where he's no longer respected. He simply stands and walks away. That silence, that calm withdrawal, burns deeper than anger, because she expected chaos. She expected shouting, chasing, begging. But what she got instead was nothing. No reaction, no closure, no emotional collapse. Just a man who refused to lose his soul trying to prove his value. You see, walking away isn't weakness. It's clarity. It's the moment you decide that your peace is more sacred than her presence. And the truth is, every woman remembers the man who didn't fight to stay, because that man showed her something rare, self-respect. A man who walks away with dignity carries a power few understand. He's not running, he's rising. He knows that love without respect is a slow poison, and staying would only kill his spirit. So he leaves not to hurt her, but to protect himself. And when he's gone, his absence speaks louder than his presence ever did. She replays his silence in her mind. She remembers how calm he was when she expected chaos. And she feels it, that haunting sense of loss, not because he left, but because he left with dignity. That kind of exit leaves a mark, not of anger, but of strength. A man who walks away on his own terms is the man she can never forget. On the 4, the man who sees through her mask, he doesn't fall for her beauty alone. He sees what lies beneath, the shadows behind her smile, the hesitation in her laughter, the pain she hides behind perfection. Most men are blinded by charm. They see her surface, not her soul. But this man sees everything. He recognizes her patterns, her fears, her chaos, and yet he doesn't judge. He doesn't try to fix her or control her. He simply understands, because he knows that beneath every confident woman is a little girl who's been hurt, betrayed, abandoned, or misunderstood. He doesn't pity her. He respects her resilience. He lets her unfold at her own pace, never forcing vulnerability, never demanding affection. That kind of understanding is rare, almost dangerous. Because once a woman feels truly seen, she can't forget it. It's not about words or romance. It's about presence. When he looks at her, she feels exposed, not physically, but emotionally. He makes her realize that all her defenses, all her masks are useless around him. He listens differently. He observes quietly. He speaks less, but when he does, it hits her core. He sees the parts of her that even she avoids, and that kind of awareness pierces deeper than love ever could, because love can fade, attraction can shift, but being understood that lingers. It creates a bond that time can't erase. A woman never forgets the man who saw her without her mask, who loved her without illusion, and accepted her without condition. To be seen by such a man is to be changed forever. 5, the man who remains a mystery. He doesn't reveal everything. He lets silence do the talking, because silence builds tension, and tension is power. A mysterious man doesn't chase validation through words. He knows that mystery fuels desire. It makes people wonder, question, imagine. He's calm one moment, distant the next. Not because he plays games, but because his life doesn't revolve around being understood. He belongs to his own world, a world she can sense, but never fully enter. You see, predictability kills attraction. When a man reveals every thought, every feeling, every move, he becomes ordinary. But when he holds something back, when his eyes say more than his lips ever could, he becomes unforgettable. She can't figure him out, and that's exactly why he stays on her mind, because mystery awakens a primal instinct in her, the need to understand what she can't control. And the more she tries to decode him, the deeper she falls into his presence. He's not distant to manipulate. He's distant because he's whole. He doesn't need constant attention, approval, or reassurance. He gives just enough to be felt, then pulls back to let her feel his absence. And that rhythm, closeness, and distance keeps her emotionally hooked. She starts to realize he's not like the others. He doesn't overshare. He doesn't overexplain. He leaves things unsaid deliberately, because he knows mystery isn't about deception. It's about depth. A woman never forgets the man she couldn't fully understand, the one who left her wondering, what was he really thinking? Mystery is not a mask. It's magnetism, and he wears it like armor.